Hi guys, I hope you're all doing really well. I'm here today to do a wrap up slash haul slash everything that I normally do that just all kind of melds into one video. So it has been a week since I last posted, I think about a week, and I have got lots of exciting things to show you. So I thought I'd start off by showing you books I've got from publishers, then I'll do books that I've got from the library, then I'll do books that I've bought, then I'll show you what I've been reading recently and absolutely loving. So I'm going to start off with books I got from publishers. I got 6 books from publishers this week. No, 7 books from publishers this week, which is amazing. Thank you so much to publishers for sending them to me. As always, really appreciate it and I can't wait to read them. So the first book that I've got this week is The Telling Error by Sophie Hannah. Now I love Sophie Hannah, I have every single one of her books. She is one of the most skilled female kind of thriller writers that are out there. Her novel, what was it called? I think it was called Little Face, was just the most incredible like female written thriller that I've ever read, and since then I've read all of her other ones. I haven't read her last one called The Carrier. I started reading that and kind of gave up a little bit, but a lot of her books are just absolutely fantastic. And someone is using a power drill in their garden. Stop it, please. God. Yes, so I cannot wait to read this one, so thank you so much to Hodder for sending it to me. This is about a woman who all she wants to do is take her son's sports kit to school. So why does this mother drive past the home of controversial newspaper columnist Damon Blundy 8 times in one day? He's been murdered, and the words "he is no less dead" dabbed on his wall in red paint, not blood. And though Blundy was killed with a knife, he was not stabbed. Why? The mum is called in for questioning. She doesn't have any of the answers, nor can she tell the police the truth, because although she is not guilty of the murder, she is far from innocent, and the words on the wall are disturbingly familiar to her. If only she could remember where she's heard them before. Love the sound of that! So cannot wait to read that. And again, Sophie Hannah's covers are always just really haunting and exciting, so I can't wait to get into that one. The next book I got from publishers is probably the one I'm most excited about this week. It is Swans by Jessica Thompson. I am hugely in love with Jessica and her writing. Her first novel, this is a love story, was just out of this world, and her second one, called 3 Little Words, was also just insanely good. So I am so excited to be reading Swans. I feel like Jessica doesn't get as much publicity and as much hype as she should do around her books. I don't know whether it's just because people don't know about her very much, or whether, you know, she's just not one of the big names yet, but she really should be, because she deserves so much hype and so many people to read her books. I adore the cover to this one. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm not actually going to read the blurb to this because I don't want to ruin it for myself. I want to kind of find out what's going to happen as I go along. But yeah, I just think this is such a beautiful cover and I cannot wait to read it. So thank you again to Hodder for sending me that one. Cannot wait to read. The next book I got this week was from the lovely people at Simon & Schuster. I didn't actually say that I would have time to review this, but I think I'm part of the blog tour for it, so they said they'd send me a copy of the book anyway, and it is called The Postcard by Leah Fleming. Now this is, I think, a bit of a historical that moves into modern day. I think it's an epic tale of love, loss and the ties that bind families together, so it's probably going to be a family affair from all those years ago. And it does look like it's going to be quite a good read. There are some actual images in the book, which I always love to see images and pictures in books because it kind of brings the story to life a little bit more, so I'm really intrigued to find out a bit more about this book. So yeah, that's The Postcard by Leah Fleming. Thank you to Simon & Schuster for sending me that one. Is the lighting really bad? I'm really sorry if it is. The next book I got is called The Telltale Heart by Jill Dawson, and this is from Hodder, I think, or an imprint of Hodder. This is about a teenager who dies in an accident in rural Cambridgeshire, and it affords Patrick, a 50-year-old professor, drinker and womanizer, the chance of a life-saving heart transplant. But as Patrick recovers, he has the odd feeling that his old life won't have him. He becomes bewitched by the story of his heart, ever more curious about the boy who donated it, his ancestors, the fenland he grew up in. What exactly has Patrick been given? So it sounds like it's going to be quite haunting, maybe perhaps a little bit crossing into the boundaries of fantasticalness, fantasy, or a little bit kind of, what's the word? Spiritually? That's not the right word, I know what I mean. I can't convey what I mean. But yes, I think this looks like it's going to be a good read. It's very short as well. It's only 250 pages-ish, so hopefully that'll be a quick read when I come around to reading it. And again, that cover's really gorgeous. The next book I got this week was totally unsolicited, wasn't expecting it at all, and I was really actually excited to receive it when I did, and it is the new Mike Gale novel called Seeing Other People. This is published by Hodder and Stoughton. Again, thank you Hodder, you've been awesome with book posts this week. I actually have to admit that I've never actually read anything by Mike Gale before. I own a lot of his books, but I've never actually got around to reading them, so I feel incredibly guilty on that account, but I am really looking forward to giving this one a read. He's just had so much praise from so many people. He just seems to be a really fantastic male voice in mainly a female, mainly dominated genre. So this is an hilarious and bittersweet novel about love, parenthood and fidelity, and how easy it is to get lost on the way to your own happy ending. So I really cannot wait to read that one, and that is the cover. I think again it's a beautiful cover. Thank you Hodder again for that one. And then the final book that I've got sent from publishers this week is called 2:15 on a Wednesday Afternoon by Linda Newbury, and this is from the lovely people at Transworld. I actually have an ebook copy of, but the ebook is really rubbish on my Kindle. It doesn't work properly, so the publishers kindly sent me a hardback copy. I wasn't expecting a hardback, I was just expecting a proof, but I got a hardback, which is exciting. This sounds so haunting and intriguing. The blurb says, "It was the day when everything stopped. At 2:15 on a hot afternoon in August, Anna's beautiful, headstrong elder sister Rose disappears. 20 years later, Anna still doesn't know whether Rose is alive or dead. In her early 30s now, she sees her future unfolding with sensible, serious Martin and a grown-up, steady job, and finds herself wondering, is this what she really wants? Unable to take control of her life while the mystery of her sister's disappearance remains unsolved, Anna begins to search for the truth. What did happen to Rose that summer's day?" And I mean, it's very simple underneath a dust jacket, but I just think the font is just absolutely gorgeous. So thank you very much to the people at Transworld for sending this to me. I cannot wait to get into that. It's going to be a very exciting, haunting book, I feel. And I believe this was part of the book club for BBC Radio 2, so that's got to be a good read, hasn't it? If it's got BBC Radio 2 on board. Now the next thing that I got sent in the post this week was from the people at Uppppp. Uppppp are an imprint, or they are a side kind of group of people at Simon & Schuster who promote kind of new adult fiction, erotic fiction, all that kind of really exciting fiction. And I was sent an invitation to join Route 69, join the Uppppp girls on their road trip across Route 69, and I have my own very special plane ticket. And this is, they're going on tour of the United States, and they're visiting all the different continents, no that's the wrong word, all the different states, and in each state they are going to be talking about different books that are set in those states. So they're going to be talking about books by Gail McHugh, Jamie McQuarrie, Colleen Hoover, Christina Lauren, Abby Glines, K.A. Tucker. There's going to be giveaways, there's going to be Q&As, there's going to be loads and loads of exciting things going on. So this is going to be launching very soon. Or it has actually, I think it has already launched. It was launched on Saturday the 2nd of August, so last Saturday it was launched, and I can't wait to be a part of the Uppppp Airlines little tour around America. So thank you Uppppp for sending me that, that's really exciting. Now the next bit of book post I got sent this week I've actually already read, so I'm going to save it and show you when I go through the books that I've read this week. I thought I'd next show you the books that I've actually ordered this week, or I got in the post. I have been very lucky with the fact it's my birthday soon, and my lovely friend sent me a £10 Waterstones gift card, which I did a little bit of a scream about because I love Waterstones and I love books, and I was really excited at having the chance to buy 2 new books. So I bought 2 YA fiction titles. They came to about £12, but I had some Waterstones, is it their Waterstones Club or their Waterstones gift, like loyalty card points, so I didn't actually have to pay anything for these, which is awesome. So the first one that I went for is Wing Up by Andrew Smith. Now I have heard so many things about this book, and I've seen it so many places over the internet and in shops, and I've always wanted to pick it up and read it, but I've never really kind of taken the leap and picked it up. But I decided to pick it up because I had the gift card, so I'm super excited to read this. I love the illustration on the back as well. I think that's so striking and so well drawn. A little bit disappointed because when it arrived it's all like wavy and it's got a mark on it, but I can't moan too much because I'm just a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my books, so it's alright, I can read it, it's readable. And I also love the spine as well, so striking, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. And the second book I picked up is one that I picked up A, because I've heard a lot about it, B, I think it's going to be a very big talked about book this year, and C, the author actually lives in the same kind of area that I do, and she's younger than me, and it fills me with such rage and jealousy that she has written a book and got it published and I haven't, and I'm jealous and bitter. But I thought I'm going to support her because she sounds like she's an epic person. She wrote this I think when she was about 17, and she's now at Durham University reading English, so damn it. This is called Solitaire by Alice Oseman, or Osman, and the tagline is "This is not a love story." Again, striking spine, love that. This is about a girl called Tori Spring. She likes to sleep and she likes to blog. Last year I had friends. Things were very different, I guess, but that's all over now. Now there's Solitaire and Michael Holden. I don't know what Solitaire are trying to do, and I don't care about Michael Holden. I really don't. So yes, exciting looking book, and congratulations Alice on being so epic that you've got your book published. I am incredibly jealous, but you deserve every single bit of success, so well done, sweetheart. Now the next one I wanted to talk about was the book I got sent this week. No, let's do library books first. Library books. I had 2 books to collect from the library this week. The first one is Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. Everyone tells me I need to read more Colleen Hoover, so I got this one from the library. Quite a long one, not sure how long it's going to take me to read this, not sure when I'll get around to reading it, but yes, very looking forward to reading this. Everyone has said how fantastic it is, and I think it's like new adult, boy meets girl, they fall in love, everything's epic and exciting, so yes, can't wait to read that one. The second book I picked up from the library is one that I've been wanting to read forever, and I was going to order it from Waterstones, but I saw they had it in the library and I was like, I might get it, borrow it from the library, and if I like it enough then I will buy it in my own copy. And throwing it everywhere, it is called Suicide Notes, a novel. Now, sounds a bit macabre, sounds a bit kind of odd, but I am, as you all might probably know by now, I'm really interested in kind of mental health fiction about mental health, and people writing about the quest to be normal or fit in this world, because I think it's something that we all kind of, some people I think take for granted, that they are normal and fit in, and I think it's really interesting and really relatable to read books about people that don't perhaps fit in, or people that struggle to be part of this world in the way that society expects them to be. And this, I think, is about a boy who wakes up and he finds himself in a psychiatric ward, and he is told that he's just tried to commit suicide, and he has to say, you know, he's like, I'm not mad, nothing's wrong with me, but he then starts to realise that actually maybe the people in the psychiatric ward with him are the most normal people he's ever met in his life compared to the people on the outside, and it's going to be a really intriguing look into that kind of world, so I'm really excited to be reading this. I did start reading it last night. I read the first 2 chapters and accidentally fell asleep, so yeah, can't wait to keep reading that one. The next book I got sent this week was the one I wanted to talk about, and it is called Pieces of You by Ella Harper. This was sent to me by Avon and I devoured it in 2 days. This book is just out of this world phenomenal. I don't want to tell you anything about it because unfortunately the blurb kind of gives quite a lot away, so if you are thinking of buying this, don't read the blurb. I know that's really difficult because you want to know what a book's about, but just trust me on this one. This is a book that you have to read. It's heart-wrenching, moving, compelling. It's just full to the brim of awesomeness. It's just so fantastically written, and you get so sucked into the world of these characters and their story, and you just don't want to put it down, and I didn't want to put it down, and I'm gutted that I finished it. This comes out in ebook on the 14th of August, I believe, and it's only 99p to pre-order, so please go and pre-order it. 99p is a ridiculous price for this book. I would genuinely pay like a £5 to read this book, so go and pre-order it for 99p. I think the paperback comes out in September, so a little bit longer to wait, but honestly this is just an incredible book, so definitely pick this up and read it. Then I also wanted to talk to you about this book, which I have just finished reading this week. It's kind of a funny story by Ned Vizzini. I wanted to read this book for ages and ages. I think I hauled it last week, and I kind of have a lot of feelings about this book. It was an amazing book, full of relatable incidents and relatable characters and relatable ideas, and just full of beautiful quotes as well about what it's like to be alive and what it's like to live and to have the passion for life and living and not to fear death and what goes wrong in life, to kind of embrace it and just be happy. But I'm really devastated because I didn't realise until I was about halfway through this book that the author actually committed suicide himself last year. And that really struck me when I read it, on the internet, because I was thinking, oh, I wonder what Ned's written, whether he's working on anything else at the moment. and I googled him and I found out that he died, and I was really absolutely gutted, and it kind of turned this book on its head for me. Like halfway through when I found out about it, it kind of read more like somebody shouting out for help, and it was a really strange way to read this book. I think it would have been a very different experience if I hadn't have known that to begin with, or I hadn't known it halfway through. So yeah, it's a really interesting reading experience. Absolutely phenomenal book, must read for anybody who is interested. Actually, not even anyone that's interested in mental health, just a must read for everybody, because it just talks about how being depressed and being mentally ill doesn't mean that you can't live a fulfilling life and be happy and experience life the way that other people do. So definitely worth reading. Massively recommend that one. And then I just wanted to talk you through what I'm reading at the moment. I'm reading this one, or like I said, I started reading this one last night, and I think I show you this book every single week, but I actually am now going back onto reading This Is the Water. I'm now on chapter 14, which is about, I'd say, 25% of the way through. Really engaging. It's getting really juicy now, getting to some really epic parts, so I cannot wait to continue reading this one. And I think that's everything I have to show you this week. So yes, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what you've got this week, what books you're reading at the moment, what you're looking forward to reading, and leave me some book recommendations as well, especially some really good kind of young adult angsty teenage novels, so things like It's Kind of a Funny Story and Suicide Notes and all those kinds of things, because I'm really interested in seeing if I can read more along a similar vein. So if you've got any recommendations, I'd love to hear some. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!